Hello YouTube, this is Crypto Riot 22 coming at you this morning. I want to discuss the June 15th session I had on remote viewing. You can see from the drawing it was done at 12:56 p.m. I'm sorry, that's a.m. actually, 12:56 a.m. on 6/15/22. So just ahead of the news day. I am experimenting with the time of day I do these things. It was suggested through research that I try to do this late at night, essentially for me. So we'll see how it goes. But I think for this reading, I think you'll see that it went very well for a lot of these. So my first thing I saw was a basketball bearded man making the news. There are other words that came up here. That one says park, prime, um, playground, I think is one of them, a white beard even. All of those words have nothing to do with the article that I'm about to show you. So it's just a news story about a basketball bearded man. I think the most popular one right now is either James Harden or LeBron James. So if we look in the news on that day, we will see that LeBron was making the news. Apparently his future is uncertain. He may go play for the Warriors or something. I don't know. But anyway, that's a bit of a hit. I mean, it could have been also about Anthony Davis there. Either one. On to the next one. This is a huge hit, really. Stuff thrown over a balcony. And I wrote lodge there, lodge. Stuff thrown over a balcony. That's pretty vague, but the story I found is very specific. Check this out. Fremont man accused of throwing a puppy off a balcony. Unbelievable. June 15th at 1 p.m. Yeah, we don't go in. I'm not going to go into the story, but you can read more about it. You can read more about it later. The links are on my Patreon. On to the next one. Whitewater rafting story in the news. So unfortunately, there were quite a few whitewater rafting stories making the news due to people falling off rafts, being swept away, drowning. There were more than a couple. This one stood out to me because I'm a sports fan. That's the only reason why I pulled this one up. But 21-year-old swept away. He fell from his raft over a week ago on June 11th. So a link to that will be on my website. You can read about it if you're interested. The next one was interesting. I saw an airplane, like it was like Snoopy's plane. It had those double wings and it was flying through the air. And when I went to search for news articles, I kept typing in airplane and what kind of airplane was Snoopy's airplane, and I kept making up words for biplane, and I was trying to figure out what kind of plane that was so I could search on it properly. And then finally, I just typed in Snoopy's plane or Snoopy, and I get this article. Peanuts exhibit on his 100th birthday, I guess, or it's the anniversary of Snoopy, 100th anniversary of Snoopy. The only thing that might not, or that might disqualify this article, is the actual date on this is actually on the 16th, not the 15th. So, as articles are online, if you put something up on the 15th and you edit it on the 16th, that may change the date. So, I have to count that as a hit. I mean, how often does Snoopy come up in the news, you know? Let's go to the next one. Semi-trucks, big cities. That's extremely vague. There are tons of stories every day about semi-trucks in the news, but one stuck out to me was about Tesla's electric um, truck. Well, came out on the 15th here. Just a discussion of it being in pre-production and et cetera, et cetera. So if you haven't seen or read about the Tesla trucks. You can go look at that yourself. Now the last one, home garage, apartment garage, and snake-like. Notice how I drew the little figure of the house. Narrow, tall, garage right in the front. When I went looking for the news, I found this. Woman held prisoner, raped, and tortured for months in a California home. June 15th. Notice the house. Narrow, tall, two-story, snake-like. See anything snake-like in this picture? Yeah, that was uh, that was interesting. You know, when I made the drawing, I had no idea what snake-like meant or why it is I was even, I don't know why it came up, you know? So that's the thing with intuition. You never know what you're going to get. So that article is on my Patreon under this drawing, and you can see that there if you want to read more about that, or you can go directly to the Independence website. And one more thing I will comment on is my continuing effort to try to guess lottery numbers. I've done this 3, 4, 5 times maybe, and I've only gotten one number correct. So I'll keep trying. I'm trying different methods, assigning numbers to symbols and numbers to shapes and that kind of thing, in an effort to try to get the shapes and symbols, kind of like I do these drawings here. So it's kind of a word association, or in this case, a number association. So if 6 is a six-sided figure, like maybe a stop sign, is that 6 or 8? Or maybe a hexagon. If I were to see that, I would know that that would be a 6, and I'd write that number down. So I haven't done a lot of work on that. I hear some people have some success doing it that way. Some people assign colors even to numbers or to digits. So I'm trying it in a number of ways. So again, if you want to learn how to do this yourself, I taught myself how to do this much online. So look at YouTube, look for remote viewing, and you'll see lots of people, not lots, but you'll find some videos, people trying to teach people how to do this. I'm not special. I just literally taught myself how to do this after getting curious and watching other people do remote viewing. I was extremely surprised that the first time I tried it, I got it half right, and the second time I tried it, I got it all right on the target. So yeah, it's freaky in the beginning. So you might want to try it yourself sometime. And I guess that's it. So this is the session for June 15th, and we're about at the end of June. And the session for the entire month of June, I'll go over it probably at the end of this coming week. And there's really only one thing I'm waiting on right now, and that is some sort of water event for June. So anyway, YouTube, take care. We'll see you next time.